Beef jerky. Lihing mui. Acai bowls. Whew. Kiyuwaka. Oh no. Okay, even that made me cringe. As notable as that song contest speech was, I swear, I couldn't walk in the hallway for the next 3 months or so without hearing the words beef jerky as I passed by literally anyone. After that, many would have said that I should have never given a speech again. Even the speech and debate team, who has always had my back, were a bit skeptical, to say the least. Well, here I am, here to prove them, and anyone who may have thought that, wrong. Come to think of it, though, proving people wrong has pretty much been a trademark of our class, hasn't it? I mean, people said you can never have a freshman start as a varsity quarterback, and then Kiai Keone proved them wrong. Yeah. Many said that we're way too young to make a name for ourselves in the fashion industry, and then Rachel Rodona and Keanuenui DeSoto got their own marketed designs to prove them wrong. Nobody thought that a high schooler should even attempt to cure cancer, and Taylor Moniz has a Regeneron top 300 qualification to prove them wrong. Yeah. Whether we may have heard it or not, there were probably those who said we couldn't be National History Day champions, wrestling state champions, speech and debate winners, pageant queens, poetry out loud victors, national merit scholars, volleyball, ILH champions, a track and field state champion, but we proved them wrong. After having our junior prom and our junior song contest canceled, after what we thought would end in a month continued for more than a year, people said that we probably wouldn't have a senior prom, any resemblance of a song contest or an in-person graduation, or any of the hallmarks of a typical KS senior year. Thank you to the senior class board, parent volunteers, kumu, and staff who helped to prove them wrong. But that's kind of what we do, right? I mean, we are the guinea pig class after all. Every challenge that someone put in front of us, every time someone said that there was some obstacle we needed to overcome or some goal we could never achieve, we pushed ourselves as far as we could, and we set out to do what the world called impossible. There are so many people who have sought to do the impossible. Think about Tom Brady, who wasn't drafted until the 6th round of the 2000 NFL draft. Or think about Greta Thunberg, who was told to work on her anger management problem. Or think about Billie Eilish, who was relentlessly attacked by online tweets from internet trolls. Many people thought that they were headed for failure. As Kanaka Maoli, when we had 40,000 people left in our Lahui, many thought that the native Hawaiian population was headed towards extinction. Or when we had our native language outlawed from all schools throughout the state of Hawaii, many thought that our culture was headed towards eradication. If these groups didn't try to prove people wrong, we wouldn't be where we are today. The problem with trying hard to prove people wrong, though, even if we eventually succeed, is that the origins and reason for our motivations becomes the naysayers. So many of us are constantly trying to get acceptance and respect from others that we live our entire lives trying to show that we're worthy, that we're different, that we're not like the average Joe. For most of my high school career, I, like many others, often overworked and overextended myself for the mere sakes of achieving what people said I couldn't. But one day, I was eating breakfast with my with my papa at a Ruby Tuesday in Kapolei. He told me about how he came to America with $10 in his pocket. But more importantly, he told me why he did. He said that he may not have been able to afford a college education in the Philippines, but he wanted to come to America so that his kids and his grandkids, so that I could get the college education that he always dreamed of. Our class's successes have been built off of trying to prove people wrong. And I, for one, am so proud of each and every one of you for overcoming those barriers. Here's the thing, though. We have a lot of barriers ahead of us, more than we've probably ever faced before. More people are going to doubt us. More people will try to make us feel like we can't achieve or make us feel like our potential is limited. That day, though, sitting in the middle of a Ruby Tuesday in Kapolei, I finally realized, for once in my life, I didn't care about proving the critics wrong. I wanted to prove my papa right. I wanted to get the college education that he always dreamed of. Keakua, when you tell me that I can do all things through your Son who strengthens me, I know that it's only because of you that I am where I am today. I want to prove you right. Nana, when you gave me the name David, saying that I was a man after God's own heart, I want to prove you right. Fuchs, Ernst, Chumu, Kumudez, Mr. H, Sava, Miss Byram, Miss Fontaine, Miss Spencer, Kumumomi, Mr. Toyofuku, Ashida, Mr. Chung, when you always told me that I could do anything I set my mind to and pushed me to get there, I want to prove you right. To my mom, Tammy Smith, and my dad, Terry Visperas, I love you guys so much. You believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. I want to prove you right. And Uncle Tony, you said I couldn't beat you in chess, and I definitely proved you wrong there. But I'm pretty sure that there's places where I can prove you right too. You see, that's the thing. We consistently dare to climb those barriers people try to set in front of us. But I don't know about you, but despite doing our sophomore biathlon twice and staying completely truthful on my PE logs, I'm not athletic enough to climb forever. So, in a world we're going to have to expend a ton of energy trying to prove people wrong, let's use the words of those who do believe in us as the fuel to push us forward. So when Kaui Keoli states, Heopuni pala pala ko'u, mine is the kingdom of knowledge, let's prove him right. So don't succumb to the age-old mantra, C's get degrees. Go into your collegiate or career-oriented life in a constant quest to learn to the fullest of your capabilities, to perpetuate that legacy he set before us. When our namesake, King Kamehameha I, fought for the unity we could create amongst our Hawaii, we need to prove him right. So one day, return home. Advocate for the voices unheard and opportunities untouched, and lend your spirit, your voice, your talents, and all of your being to push the kingdom of Hawaii forward. When Pauahi believed that we could be good and industrious men and women, when she equipped us with the tools and resources to make an impact, we need to prove her right. We've been awarded the privilege to carry the torch of knowledge, compassion, and action, to shine a light in the darkness we may face, just as Pauahi did for us. We cannot dim that flame now. Purple Rain, do me a favor. Look to your ohana to the left and right of you. Can you look them in the eye and just say thank you to them for me? Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Thank you, ohana, for continuing to believe in us throughout our journeys. We wouldn't be where we are today without you. Now, class of 2021, look around this convention center. Think about everyone streaming this online. Look at everyone here. You see your ohana, your kumu, your peers? I mean, these are the people who have believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself, who had your back through thick and thin. I want you to prove them right. Ohana and kumu in the room and those who couldn't be in attendance tonight, I think I can speak on behalf of the class of 2021 when I say that we are so grateful to you all for seeing the best in us, for pushing us further than we could have ever imagined, and for sending us to a school where we had limitless potential. You told us that we could do great things. We're going to prove you right. And hey guys, think about all that you had to do to get to where you are today. I mean, come on, you've got to admit, we were a pretty amazing class, right? Woo! Yeah. I mean, we literally survived a global pandemic and a ballistic missile warning. Remind yourself of that. Remind yourself of that strength. Because there's going to be times when the challenges of life will seem unbearable. And in those moments, go back to that strength, that perseverance, that grit, and prove yourself right. So, class of 2021, as we exit this auditorium tonight, I want you to think about all the people who made it possible for you to stand on this stage or sit in those chairs. Again, thank them for making you who you are today. Because I am so grateful to call you my classmates, my peers, my song contest bullies, but most importantly, my friends. I believe that I know that surrounding me are the future leaders of our Lahui, the movers and shakers of our world, and the revolutionaries of our tomorrow. So, Purple Rain, prove me right.